Hello and welcome to Magicbricks Now. You are watching Property Hotline with me, Kavita Krishnan. We are answering all your questions related to buying, selling and investing in real estate with Jayashree Kurup. Jayashree heads content and research at magicbricks.com. Jayashree, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kavita.
Let's get started with the question that's coming on our website. Francis D'Souza wrote in on www.mbnow.in, and Jayashree, he says that he's based in Mumbai, but he wants to move to either Pune or Bengaluru. Now he's retired and is looking for a 2 BHK flat with a budget of 60 lakh rupees. He wants us to suggest some localities to invest over here. Now Pune and Bengaluru used to be retirement markets, no longer the case. They are in fact among the most active markets in the country, right Jayashree?
Absolutely. In fact, when I look, one of the things when, this is an advice to Francis D'Souza, when you look for a property in either of these cities, start with your budget. You're saying that you have 60 lakhs, right? So what we did was we put 60 lakhs into Magicbricks and said, where all can you get properties in Pune and in Bangalore? Now, if you look at Pune, I think you can get a 2 BHK flat in Sas, Wagholi, Hadapsar, Wakad, Singad Road, etc. Now, roughly about 800 to about 1300 square feet. That's the size that you'll get. These are under construction. There are a few that are ready to move, and I think a large number of them are under construction. And these will be ready in something like 2017-18. Now you have to see, with this 60 lakh budget, would you like to stay in Pune, or if you go to Bengaluru, you'll get a slightly larger 2 BHK of about 1100 to 1300 square feet, and within 50 to 60 lakh, you'll get it in Sarjapur Road, Manyata Tech Park, Kanakpura, Varthur and Devnahalli. These are some of the localities where you can get these properties. What you really need to figure out is, out of these localities that you've got, which is the one that you would like to stay in? Remember that when I talked to you about around the Manyata Tech Park, you're not going to be working there. You're looking for a retired life. So you have to check out what are the properties available, and is that something where you would like to spend your retirement life? Because if you want to stay further away from the crowds, maybe you should look at properties that are more laid back, more open, and a little further away from the city, maybe if that's what you want. But you must be sure that your retired life is comfortable, because you're leaving a city and moving to another city. So take a little time and choose your city well.
You know, Jayashree, one more question over here. Now, you mentioned a set of property localities in either city, in Pune and in Bengaluru. Now, just going by his budget and the localities that you've identified, which would be more senior citizen friendly? And here I'm talking in terms of the social infrastructure that is available. Because one thing, of course, is that when you retire, you are looking for a little more laid back life. But you also want the hospital to be closer to your house. You know, you want medical shops in the vicinity, and you want other social infrastructure like clubs, etc., so that you can actually go out and meet people. So considering all of that, which city would you go with?
I would go with Pune, because in Bengaluru, one problem that you face is that there is a lot of traffic and very unplanned and bad traffic. So if you get stuck, you get stuck big time. But if you go into those localities where these facilities are around you, if you do choose Bengaluru, go to those localities where you know that the hospital is just a drive away. You are against the traffic, not with the traffic, so that you're not stuck in traffic in case of an emergency. These are the these sound like very small, simple things, but they have a huge impact on senior citizens, and I think you should consider these. So I would say, if you're looking at, Bengaluru, go for Kanakpura Road, which maybe not on the main road, maybe a little away from the road, but where it's not a very newly evolving area, which has good social infrastructure that you can use.
So Francis, that's your answer there. Let me run you quickly through the localities that Jayashree identified for you. If it's Pune that you set your heart on, you can look at Sus, Wagholi, Hadapsar, Wakad and Sinhagad Road. My team should be putting up the prices on the screen for you. And if it is Bengaluru that you would rather opt for, then look at Sarjapur Road, Manyata Tech Park, Kanakapura. In fact, Kanakapura is the location that Jayashree just identified as being very strong in terms of social infrastructure, which is a big, which is very significant, especially if you are looking to lead a retired life. Varthur and Devanahalli are the other locations that she identified. Another thing that she asked you to keep in mind, Pune will get you smaller flats at for a 60 lakh rupee budget. Comparatively, the flats in Bengaluru will be a little larger. But also you need to consider the very important fact that wherever you buy a house, a hospital is close by, medical stores are close by, other social infrastructure is like a walk away or a 5-minute drive away, so that your retired life is as comfortable as it can get. Let's move on to Anubhav, who's called in on the phone line. Anubhav, how can we help you?
Madam, I'm Anubhav from Mumbai.
Yes,
I'm working for railways. So my question is related to investment.
Okay.
My question is it safe to invest in JP North, a project of JP Infra in Mira Road?
When you say safe, Anubhav, what is it that you want to know?
Safe means credibility of the builder to complete the project in time.
Okay.
I want to know about the JP Infra. And my second question is, what is the future prospects of Mira Bhayandar?
Okay, future prospects of Mira Bhayandar, and is it safe, Jayashree, to invest in JP Infra's project, JP North, in Mira Road? He wants to know your view on the developer.
See, I'll give you, address this in two ways. One, let's talk about the locality, the Mira Bhayandar. I think Mira Bhayandar is a locality where end users are looking for property, and this is one place where there is a lot of infrastructure fixes happening, and I think you, in the longer term, I do see good prospects for that. Because wherever there is end user demand, even if you're an investor and you buy a property and you need to hold it for 3-4 years, you will find that your property has a regular rental demand and you'll get regular rental returns. The second thing that you should look for is the property that you're picking up. It is going to, the expected possession date is 2018. In your budget of about 50 lakh, I think you will get a 1 BHK of about 650 to 750 square feet. Now, rental returns on this property is, in this locality is about 9,500 to about 11,000. So all things considered, now what you're asking me is, should you go with the developer or not? I would say that as a prospective buyer, what you should do is check out what are the other properties that you get in this range, in that locality, and see which one, if for instance there is something that is ready to move in today's market, I would definitely say go for ready to move in properties rather than under construction properties, because there has been significant delays. Even though the RERA is expected, RERA is still getting its act together. So if you get ready to move in property as an investor, that is a better option than buying under construction. If you decide to go with JP Infra, do check out his credentials, check out whether this project, visit the project and see what stage of construction it is. Is it matching what it has promised? A developer has been building steadily. Are there moving cranes in the site? If the cranes are moving, if work is going on, there is not much to worry about. But if the work is stopped on the site, that is definitely a cause for worry, and I would say don't put your money there.
Right. And like Jayashree keeps advising buyers, who call in, one thing that you could do is that you should probably go and visit that site at different times of the day, and you should visit it at least 3 or 4 times before you actually sign on the dotted line. That way you will know whether, like she said, there is actually work going on that site. The other thing, of course, is to check who owns the land in that particular project. If it's a joint development project where the developer has got into a joint development deal with the landowner, then you need to figure out who is the final owner of the land, because at the end of the day, it is a title that is actually going to pass on to you. So all of these things need to be checked before you actually sign on the dotted line, especially in an under construction project. And I don't need to, you work for the railways, Anubhav, I don't need to tell you how important it is, the kind of infrastructure that is coming in the Mira Bhayandar area, and how that will, actually help prospects within that market. Moving on, we have Gautam Sharma now who's called in. Gautam, how can we help you?
Yeah, hi. This is regarding Bakeri's property in Ahmedabad, actually Sanand to be more precise. And name of the property is Serenity Proximus. It's a plotting scheme. Now, I've bought a plot over there, Serenity Proximus. It's a Bakeri's property scheme. I was just wondering, 10 years down the line, would it be habitable? I mean, can I build up a house and stay? I mean, it's pretty far off. There is no habitation. It's only farmland around. But I was just wondering, 10 years down the line or 15 years down the line, let's say 2025 or 2030, would it develop in such a manner that a house constructed could be livable? Because now, as of now, it's only like a weekend property, weekend home.
A weekend home, but it is in Sanand. It is on that corridor. Do you think it will be habitable in another 10, 15 years? Gautam is being very patient here over here,
Yes.
Jayashree.
I rarely hear people asking me for. Kavita, I think we're another channel. Can you get that fixed for me, please?
Yes, I'll get the audio fixed. In the meanwhile, can we discuss the
Yeah.
Sanand market over here? Do you see it becoming habitable in another 10 to 15 years?
Its prospects are largely because there is a the Delhi Mumbai corridor will come. There is better prospects at that point of time. 15 years is definitely a long time, and if infrastructure projects go on at the planned pace, it will definitely happen. But I think more than that, what you should look at is you've bought a plot of land and you're going to hold it for 10 to 15 years. It's highly speculative. If you're using it as a weekend home today, and whenever it gets better, if you think that is how it's going to be, I think as a retail investor, as a retail buyer, if you're buying something very far out of the city, please use it as a weekend home for yourself and enjoy it, because 15 years nobody can predict. The whole market can change. Sanand has prospects in the future, but will I be able to tell you 15 years down the line, will it yield you better results? Probably it will, but how much I will not be able to tell you.
Okay, so tell us this, Jayashree, the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, now there is some work happening over there, but has it been enough to actually drive, investment prospects in that particular stretch? Now, I know there is some work happening on the Mumbai end, there is a lot of work happening on the Gujarat end, but where do you see investment prospects in this area? Is it still another 5-10 years away? Or more?
Absolutely. I think the retail investor needs to keep off this corridor right now. In fact, any very long-term corridor, I think it is it's like building for the future, but we have land issues. We have the markets are not very buoyant. So is the logistics sector, which is what will drive this entire industrial corridor, is that going to benefit? Probably once the economy picks up, manufacturing picks up, there will be a huge need for warehousing, for hubs to come up all along the corridor. Yes, we're planning for it. But have things happened on the ground? Not enough for us to say all retail investors should seriously consider this corridor. I don't think so. I think it's way too early.
So Gautam, essentially you are on the right track. You said as much that you're using it as a weekend home, and you are willing to wait for another 10 to 15 years. You want to build a weekend home over there, you intend to wait for another 10 to 15 years. If that is the case, I don't think you should be too disappointed. Any infrastructure project, especially something of the size of the Delhi-Mumbai corridor, would take at least another 10 to 15 years to be delivered. So take Jayashree's advice, enjoy the weekend home and hang in over there. You will probably see infrastructure catch up. In the meanwhile, Abhishek Jaiswal has sent in a question. He's planning to buy property in Noida and has looked at a project called Sikka Karnam Green in sector 143B for 4,400 rupees per square foot. And possession is expected in 1 or 1.5 years. Now 16 floors have been developed so far. He wants to know if it's a good deal and if he'll get good appreciation in this particular area. What would you say, Jayashree?
See, first of all, if he's an investor, like I keep saying, the Noida and Noida extension markets are very good for end use right now, because there's a lot of property that's coming up, and it will take another 5-7 years before this much property gets absorbed by people who want to stay there. Having said that, there's strong demand, and I think it's a good place to buy. do not expect exponential price rise because there is a lot of stock in the market. But Sikha is a good group. Sikha's quality of construction has been good. The project has 1 to 4 BHK, so it's like a large development, and the sizes that you get are about 590 to about 1920. You haven't said which size you have picked up, so all I can tell you is that the prices that are being quoted on that is about 3700 to about 4700. Now you are saying that you're getting something at 4400, that falls well within the range, so you don't need to be worried about the price here. The possession is going to be mid 2017, so do visit the project and check that the cranes are working. They should be working hard right now. If you have to deliver by mid 2017, a lot of work, finishing work should be on in the project. Do go to Sikha and check out whether the project, everything is on track, and the amenities that are being offered are also good. You have, I think, high-speed glass lifts, 24/7 security and power backup, which are actually the benchmarks are good, and this is a good quality development. Do check that the work is going on time, and I think you are on the right track.
Right. And very quickly, Jayashree, what is your outlook on the Noida market? What are you really seeing over there? It has been slow for some time, and like you said, there is a lot of supply. But over the next 2 years, what do you see happening in that particular market?
You know, I see the developers who have been able to raise resources. They have started constructing, and they are trying to finish the projects. And as the projects are getting finished, I can see that there is a lot of consumer interest, because the Noida market is actually an end-user driven market. It is a far more affordable market than, say, Gurgaon. And these are all gated communities with amenities and social infrastructure and things like that. Now, Noida has very good social infrastructure. Its roads are good, its water, power, and all this is more or less taken care of. So, in terms of basic facilities, like you see Gurgaon struggling, you don't have that problem in Noida, because Noida's facilities are much better than say Gurgaon or even in some parts of Delhi. But what you do need to understand is, don't set your expectations right. Don't go in as an investor who wants to buy today, sell in 2 years. That's not going to happen. Even in 5 years, you may not see your money appreciating significantly, but you will see a regular, steady rental return coming.
Right. So especially if you're looking at the Noida market, the Greater Noida market, there is a lot of supply over there. Do not go in as an investor. Go in as an end user. You'll get some good deals at this point in time. Sandeep, we've got him back on the phone line from Delhi. Sandeep, tell us what's your question.
Yes, hello ma'am. I bought an apartment, 3 BHK apartment. It's 2,300 square feet with a servant room.
Sandeep, you'll need to mute your television set.
No, I don't have the television.
Okay, go on.
Yes, ma'am. I had bought an apartment, 2,300 square feet. That's with the ATS builder. It's ATS Pristine in Noida, Sector 150.
Okay.
And I just bought it 1 month back at a price of 50 to 25 rupees per square feet.
Okay.
And I just want to know, is my decision right? It's for an end use and kind of future prospects for that appreciation.
When are you getting possession in this particular project? What have you been told?
The position will be in the March 2017, and the work is going very good because I am often visiting the place, and there's a metro station also just next to it, which is coming there.
So Jayashree, he's been visiting the place, he's been seeing those cranes moving. Do you think the project has got good prospects?
Buying an ATS property for end use is always a good idea. ATS is one of those developers that has been building good quality construction, well laid out properties, and it's the benchmark is that it rises better than the rest of the properties in the locality. It's like one of those benchmark properties. Now, since you have seen that the work is going on regularly and it's working well, your delivery in March 2017, normally ATS delivers on time, or maybe a month or two this side or that side. So I don't think I think you've made the right choice.
There you go, Sandeep. Your choice has been certified by Jayashree. You made the right choice. Go ahead, enjoy your home, and congratulations on that purchase.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for calling in. We now have Atul who's called in from Delhi. Atul, how can we help you?
Yeah, I want to buy a mixed land use property in Magicbricks Now, which will be around
150 to 200 square yards.
Okay.
I want to know what is the fair price of the property.
150 to 200 square yards. You want to buy land that has a mixed use zoning.
Apartment in mixed use land.
Apartment on mixed use land, 150 to 200 square yards. How much should he be paying for it if it's in Malviya Nagar, Jayashree?
Yeah.
Malviya Nagar is a very well-established colony, and there is a lot of apartments that are coming up because of redevelopment of individual plots. But when I look at my site, I don't see too many plots that are being sold. People are selling apartments, and in 1 to 2 crore, I don't think you'll be able to buy a whole plot which you reconstruct with shops as well as residential. What I would say is set your expectation right. With a budget of 1 to 2 crore, you would be able to buy a 1600 to 2000 square feet apartment in Malviya Nagar. Now, the important thing in Malviya Nagar is it's very high demand. It's right next to the metro. It is in the heart of South Delhi, and it is, it's very easy access to most parts of Delhi. So you're not going to see values dropping here, and whatever you buy at, you will see values appreciating steadily as you go along.
Right. Moving on, we have Sudha now, who's back on the phone line. Sudha, you were talking about property that you have bought in Rising City, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Yeah, tell us what's your question.
Yeah, I bought a flat in Rising City by Uptown, and I bought it for 11,500.
Okay.
The property is under construction, and the possession is in December 2018. I want to know whether should I hold on or should I, move on.
When did you buy this, Sudha?
In August 2013.
August 2013. So we are in 2016 now. She's finished her 3-year holding period, if you're looking at it from the tax perspective. But from the point of view of the real estate market, what should she do? Jayashree, hold or sell?
Hold. Yeah, what you bought for 11,000 is currently trading at about 13,000. So you have made a little profit. But look at the place that you've bought in. There is good connectivity. When you finish a project, that is when you bought a project probably early on. You've seen some amount of rise, but the property values actually peak when it comes close to possession. So I would say that if you're getting it in 2018, hold your investment and exit once the project is ready, because it's a good place. It's the proximity to all the major office hubs is there. It's a gated township. There's no problem with the project. Hold on to that project. It will give you better returns.
Hold on, not the right time to sell the project. Wait till it's complete and then take the full benefit of the capital appreciation, move on. We have Joel now, who's called us from Mumbai again. Joel, how can we help you?
Yeah, hi. I basically have a flat in Virar, a 1 BHK, and I am planning to sell that off. And I was thinking if I can invest in Navi Mumbai, either Kharghar or Ulve side, considering there's the airport that is coming up. So I just wanted to understand, would that be a right decision, or should I keep the flat? So I bought that in around 2003 odd, and I bought it for somewhere around 5. It's somewhere around 5 lakhs, and it's somewhere around 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs now.
It's 20 to 25 lakh rupees now. Joel, can you tell us which project, which builder, where in Virar this is located?
This is very close to the station. It is Paradise Group. Is actually on my dad's name, so I'm not really I do not have much clarity on the exact name, but then I know for sure.
Okay, but it's near the Virar station.
Absolutely, it's
right. Should he sell a flat that he's bought near the Virar station? This was bought in 2003, and buy Navi Mumbai instead. What would you say, Jayashree?
I think he should, because he's held his investment from 2003 to 2016. You've held on for a long time, and you can see that he's bought at 5 lakh. He's getting roughly about 25 to 29 lakh by my estimate. If that much you're getting, and you buy in another early stage development, which is what he wants to do. Ulve has the airport, other infrastructure projects in Navi Mumbai, which will give him a steady growth in his investment I think it's a good thing to do. You hold it for you've held it for enough time. If you want to buy, this is a time when the markets have been flat, values are not very high. Buy into the Navi Mumbai areas and allow and hold it for another 5 to 8 years. Your prices will go up.
So Joel, your plan, you're on the right track. You should be selling that Virar flat. You should be buying a flat in Navi Mumbai, ideally in Ulve. And we also put up the chart of the prices in Ulve for you. My team will put it back in just a bit. Ulve is averaging around 5,474 rupees per square foot, up 2% over the last 1 year. Prices have been a little flat, but do understand that there is a lot of infrastructure coming in. There is an airport, there's a Trans-Harbour link. There's a lot that is coming into this market with a 2019 date. So you should be seeing prices appreciate in Ulve at least. Like Jayashree said, it is a market that is in the early stages. Good time to enter into Ulve at the moment. Right? Thank you very much for calling in. And Jayashree, before I let you go, we are almost at the end of the show. But tell us this, we are getting into the Diwali week. And there are a lot of offers in the market. Some of them are very, very attractive. We have offers of 0% down payment that are doing the rounds. What is your advice to home buyers who are looking to, take advantage of the festive season, go out and buy a home? What would you tell them?
I would say that this is a good year to enter the property market because one, the interest rates are not very high. The markets have been flat. The rates have held for at least 2 years. So index to inflation, actually, you've seen a significant drop in values. Also, I think the developers have set their expectations very right. And we are entering a phase where, in the last 4-5 years, you saw a lot of delays and things like that. We are entering a phase where policy corrections are being made. RERA is almost at our doorstep. So it's a good time to enter the market. You will not see the kind of risks you've seen in the last 5 years. But when you are going for one of these festive offers, I would say that pick up a festive offer that actually impacts the amount of money that your outflow. For instance, if somebody is saying that you need not take a loan for a while and you need to take your loan only once the property is ready, if that developer is actually building, if the project is going well and you know that developer's intent to deliver is there, I would say take those deals. A gold coin, a car, a foreign trip, those are not the ones that's going to help you in your property buying decision. But if you're getting a free modular kitchen, if you're getting some white goods, please go for those.
So get into a deal if it is going to make that home cheaper for you at the end of the day. If it is going to reduce the amount that you're actually going to be paying out, do not get swayed with the gold coin or the foreign trip that the developers are offering you. If you're buying a home this festive season, but all said and done, it is a good time to enter the market. With that, we've come to an end of this episode of Property Hotline. Jayashree, thank you very much for coming in, answering all those questions. And if you have any questions, we will be with you, not just through the festive season, but right through. Send in your questions on buying, selling, investing in property, on legal issues, on home finance, and on taxes related to real estate. We'll get the country's top experts to answer each and every one of them. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for more news and updates.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magicbricks Now. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magicbricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magicbricks Now.